Did you know that your every thought, every intention, and even the mere act of observing the world around you might be shaping your reality in ways you can't even imagine? Right now, as you listen to these words, you're doing something extraordinary. You're influencing the very fabric of existence. This isn't just mystical philosophy. It's a concept backed by both ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. In the next few minutes, we're diving into a mind-blowing realization. Your reality isn't something that simply happens to you. It's something you're actively creating. But here's the twist. The key to this creation has been hiding in plain sight, buried within the teachings of quantum physicists and ancient mystics alike. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to manifest their dreams effortlessly, while others stay trapped in cycles of frustration and limitation, this video is for you. By the end of our journey together, you'll have a deeper understanding of how your thoughts, your awareness, and your beliefs are not just influencing your life, they're actively building it. Now, let's unlock the truth behind this great mystery that connects your mind to reality itself. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it might just change everything. Let me tell you a personal story. A moment that shattered everything I thought I knew about how the world works. There was a day, not so long ago, when I realized that my thoughts weren't just fleeting ideas swirling in my head. They were shaping my reality. I remember feeling stuck, as though life was happening to me, beyond my control. But then, something clicked. It wasn't some grand epiphany all at once, but small, undeniable patterns I couldn't ignore. The way my mindset seemed to shape my experiences, the way opportunities or obstacles would seem to align with my inner state, felt impossible at first. How could something as intangible as a thought or belief affect the real physical world? That's when I began digging deeper, exploring what science and ancient teachings had to say about this phenomenon. Let me tell you, what I found left me speechless. Modern quantum physics, spiritual philosophies, and real-world experiences were all pointing to the same extraordinary conclusion. Your consciousness isn't just a bystander. It's the architect of your reality. Take quantum physics, for example. If you're not familiar, don't worry, we'll break it down simply. Experiments have shown that the act of observation itself can influence particles on a subatomic level, literally changing their behavior. What does that mean for you? It means that your awareness, your focus, might be far more powerful than you've ever been led to believe. And here's the thing. You don't need a physics degree or years of spiritual practice to tap into this power. The moment you understand how consciousness interacts with reality, you begin to unlock a whole new level of existence. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of this mind-reality connection. You'll learn how to recognize the hidden mechanisms that shape your life and, more importantly, how to take control of them. This is your chance to stop being a passenger and start being the creator. If you've ever felt like there's something more to life, like the answers are just out of reach, stick around. Because what we're about to uncover will not only make sense of those questions, but also give you the tools to transform the way you live. It's time to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, between thought and action, between mind and reality. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Let's explore what's behind the curtain of existence and reveal the truth they don't want you to know. Let's start with a question. Have you ever wondered why the world seems to change depending on how you look at it? It's not just a philosophical question, it's a scientific mystery. Enter one of the most groundbreaking experiments in the history of physics. The double-slit experiment. Now, don't worry if physics isn't your thing. This experiment is simple enough to grasp, yet its implications will challenge everything you know about reality. Here's how it works. When scientists shot tiny particles like electrons through two slits onto a screen, they expected the particles to behave like, well, particles. They thought they'd create two distinct patterns on the screen, one for each slit. But something strange happened. When no one was watching, the particles acted like waves, creating an interference pattern on the screen, as if they'd gone through both slits at the same time. But when scientists observed the experiment, the particles stopped behaving like waves and started behaving like, well, particles. It was as though the very act of observing changed their behavior. Think about that for a second. The particles, the building blocks of everything around you, behave differently depending on whether or not they're being observed. This isn't just a quirky physics trick. It's a profound clue that reality itself is deeply connected to consciousness. Now, let's look at something equally fascinating, the placebo effect. You've probably heard of it before. When someone takes a sugar pill thinking it's medicine, and somehow their condition improves. Science has documented this phenomenon countless times. But what's really happening here? It's not the sugar pill doing the work. It's the belief of the person taking it. Their mind, convinced they're receiving real treatment, triggers biological changes in the body. This is another glimpse into the incredible power of consciousness. If belief alone can influence biology, what else could it do? These two examples, the double-slit experiment and the placebo effect, aren't just coincidences. They're pieces of a puzzle that point to a hidden truth about reality. Your thoughts and awareness don't just influence your life. They might actually create it. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. This isn't just about individual moments of observation or belief. It's about the feedback loop between your mind and the reality you experience every single day. This loop isn't something mystical or abstract. It's happening to you right now. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, sends ripples out into the world around you. And the world, in turn, reflects those ripples back to you as experiences, opportunities, or challenges. If you've ever noticed how a bad mood seems to attract more negativity, or how a positive mindset seems to open doors, you've already felt the effects of this loop. But what's truly mind-blowing is that this isn't just a matter of perception. It's a fundamental property of the way reality operates. And yet, despite the evidence, this concept remains largely ignored by mainstream thinking. Why? Because it challenges everything we've been taught about how the world works. It suggests that you're not just a passive observer. You're an active participant in shaping reality itself. But wait, it gets even better. There's a mechanism behind this phenomenon, a hidden process that connects your consciousness to the fabric of reality. And once you understand it, you'll begin to see how your thoughts, beliefs, and awareness are the keys to unlocking a new way of living. Stay with me, because what we're uncovering here is only the tip of the iceberg. The question isn't whether your mind influences reality, it's how much it does and, more importantly, how you can take control of it. Let's dig deeper into this hidden mechanism that's shaping your life right now, even if you don't realize it. Let's take a closer look at this feedback loop, the connection between your mind and reality that's operating beneath the surface of your everyday life. Most people go through life unaware of this mechanism, and that's exactly why it holds so much power over them. But once you understand how it works, everything changes. First, let's start with the foundation. Thoughts are not just mental noise. Every thought carries energy, intention, and focus. Think of your mind as a projector and reality as the screen. Whatever you focus on in your mind gets projected into the world around you. But this isn't just an abstract idea. It's backed by fascinating research in quantum physics. Take the concept of the observer effect in the double-slit experiment. The simple act of observing those particles caused a measurable change. This isn't some theoretical anomaly. It's evidence that consciousness interacts with the physical world in ways we don't fully understand yet. Your focus and awareness have the potential to shape outcomes on a fundamental level. Now, consider this. If observation alone has the power to influence particles, what happens when you combine observation with intention? Studies have shown that focused intention can lead to measurable changes in everything from the structure of water molecules to the healing process in the human body. This brings us to the consciousness-reality feedback loop. Here's how it works. 1. Your thoughts create your perception. The beliefs and ideas you hold in your mind act as a filter through which you interpret the world. 2. Your perception creates your emotional state. When you view the world through a lens of scarcity, fear, or lack, you experience stress, anxiety, and negativity. Conversely, when you hold thoughts of abundance, gratitude, and possibility, you experience joy and peace. 3. Your emotional state influences your actions. Your emotions drive your behavior, whether it's a decision you make, an opportunity you pursue, or a challenge you avoid. 4. Your actions shape your reality. The choices you make ripple outward, creating the circumstances, relationships, and outcomes you experience. 5. Reality reflects back to you. The results you encounter reinforce your beliefs, completing the loop. Here's an example to make it concrete. Let's say you believe deep down that you're unworthy of success. That belief influences your perception, leading you to see obstacles where others see opportunities. Those negative perceptions create a sense of discouragement, which in turn affects your actions. You may hesitate to take risks or put yourself out there. The results? Missed opportunities and a reinforced belief in your unworthiness. But here's the empowering part. This loop isn't fixed. The moment you begin to shift your internal beliefs, the loop starts to change. When you begin to focus on thoughts of worthiness, possibility, and abundance, your perception changes. That new perception creates positive emotions, which lead to confident actions, and ultimately, a new reality. This is why so many ancient teachings emphasize the power of awareness. When you become conscious of the loop, you gain the ability to step outside of it and redirect it. It's like stepping into the role of the scriptwriter instead of just playing a character. And here's where the story gets even more fascinating. Researchers are now uncovering evidence that the feedback loop between consciousness and reality operates on a collective level as well. Think about cultural beliefs, societal norms, or shared expectations. When large groups of people hold the same thoughts and beliefs, it creates a kind of collective energy that influences the direction of humanity itself. But let's bring it back to you, because your personal reality is where this mechanism truly comes to life. The key to unlocking its potential lies in understanding one simple truth. The universe mirrors your focus. Whatever you consistently think about, whether it's positive or negative, expands in your experience. And here's the kicker. This mechanism doesn't care whether your focus is conscious or unconscious. If you're unaware of the thoughts you're projecting, you may unconsciously create circumstances you don't want. That's why self-awareness is the first step to breaking free from the autopilot mode most people live in. Now, you might be wondering, if this is true, why isn't everyone using it to create the life they want? The answer is simple. Most people are stuck in a reactive state, driven by old patterns and subconscious beliefs. They don't realize they're running the same mental loops over and over, creating the same outcomes. But you don't have to stay in that cycle. By consciously choosing your thoughts and beliefs, you can begin to rewrite your reality. This isn't about positive thinking in a superficial sense. It's about understanding the profound interaction between your mind and the universe. And just when you think you've grasped the full potential of this mechanism, there's something even more powerful waiting in the next step. The practical tools and principles that can turn this knowledge into action. Because understanding the loop is one thing, but learning how to work with it in your everyday life. That's where transformation truly begins. Now that you understand the consciousness-reality feedback loop, the question becomes, how do you use this knowledge to shape your life in a meaningful way? It's one thing to grasp the concept intellectually, but the real power lies in applying it consistently. Let's explore 3 foundational principles that can help you take charge of your reality and align it with your highest potential. Principle 1, your focus is your superpower. What you consistently focus on, you amplify in your life. This might sound like a cliché, but it's rooted in both neuroscience and ancient wisdom. Your brain has a filtering system called the reticular activating system, RAS, which works like a lens, highlighting information that aligns with your dominant thoughts and beliefs. For example, have you ever noticed that when you're thinking about buying a new car, you suddenly start seeing that exact model everywhere? That's your RAS at work, tuning your awareness to what matters most to you. Now, imagine what happens when you consciously train your focus on abundance, opportunities, and gratitude instead of lack, fear, and negativity. Your brain starts filtering the world differently, and the opportunities that were always there suddenly come into view. To harness this principle, start your day with intentional focus. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each morning visualizing your desired outcomes as if they've already happened. Feel the emotions of gratitude, joy, and success. Practice gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple act shifts your focus away from scarcity and toward abundance. Principle 2. Your emotions are your compass. Your emotions are like a GPS for your reality. When you feel good, joyful, excited, peaceful, it's a sign that you're in alignment with the life you're meant to create. When you feel anxious, frustrated, or stuck, it's an indicator that something in your focus or beliefs is off course. Eckhart Tolle refers to this as being present with your emotions without judgment. Instead of resisting or suppressing negative emotions, allow yourself to observe them. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to teach me? What belief or thought might be causing it? This level of self-awareness allows you to course-correct before those emotions solidify into actions and outcomes. To apply this principle, use emotional triggers as opportunities. The next time you feel upset or frustrated, pause and reflect. Is there a recurring belief or pattern behind this feeling? Align with higher frequency emotions. Engage in activities that bring you joy, whether it's spending time in nature, practicing meditation, or connecting with loved ones. These high-frequency states create ripple effects in your reality. Principle 3. Action anchors reality. While thoughts and emotions are powerful, they need to be backed by action to manifest tangible results. This is where many people get stuck. They understand the mental and emotional components but fail to take the necessary steps to bring their vision to life. Here's the key. The action doesn't have to be big or overwhelming. In fact, small, consistent actions aligned with your intentions often create the most significant shifts over time. When you take action, no matter how small, you signal to the universe that you're serious about your intention, and it responds by aligning circumstances to support you. To apply this principle, break your vision into micro-steps. If your goal feels too big or distant, break it down into small, manageable actions you can take daily or weekly. Act from the energy of already having achieved your goal. This is a powerful shift. When you act as if your desired reality is already true, your energy aligns with it, and the external world begins to reflect that alignment. At this point, you might be wondering, isn't this just wishful thinking? The answer is no. This isn't about wishful thinking or blind optimism. It's about aligning your consciousness, emotions, and actions with the outcomes you desire. It's about taking full responsibility for your inner world so that your outer world naturally shifts in response. Another common misconception is the idea that this process is instant. While some people experience rapid changes, for most, it's a gradual journey of rewiring thought patterns, practicing emotional awareness, and taking aligned action. The key is patience and persistence. Let's bring these principles to life with practical examples. Suppose you're struggling with financial insecurity. Instead of obsessing over lack, shift your focus to the abundance already present in your life, no matter how small. Practice gratitude for what you have and take small steps to improve your financial situation. Whether it's learning new skills, exploring side income opportunities, or seeking mentorship. Or perhaps you're dealing with a difficult relationship. Instead of replaying arguments or focusing on the other person's flaws, focus on the qualities you appreciate about them. Shift your emotional energy to love and understanding, and take small actions to communicate more openly and empathetically. The reality check exercise. Here's a simple yet profound exercise to integrate these principles. 1. Pause and reflect. Take 5 minutes each evening to review your day. Ask yourself, what thoughts and emotions dominated my focus today? Were they aligned with the reality I want to create? 2. Reframe negative patterns. If you notice negative patterns, reframe them into positive, empowering beliefs. For example, I'll never succeed becomes, I am learning and growing every day. 3. Visualize tomorrow. Before you sleep, Spend a few minutes visualizing the next day unfolding exactly as you desire. Feel the emotions of gratitude and excitement as if it's already true. This simple practice creates a momentum of intentionality that compounds over time. But here's the thing, understanding these principles is only the beginning. The real transformation happens when you take action and apply them consistently. And in the final part of this journey, we'll explore the step-by-step process for conscious reality creation and the profound responsibility that comes with it. Because once you truly understand your power, there's no going back. Now that we've explored the foundational principles behind shaping your reality, it's time to turn knowledge into action. This is the part where you take control of the hidden mechanisms we've discussed and begin to actively shape the life you want to live. But fair warning, this transformation requires more than just understanding. It demands courage, consistency, and a willingness to let go of old beliefs that no longer serve you. Step 1. Reclaim your awareness. The first step in transforming your reality is reclaiming your awareness from the distractions and noise of daily life. Most people operate on autopilot, reacting to external events without realizing that their attention is being hijacked. Whether it's the constant pull of social media, news, or the demands of others, your awareness is your most precious resource, and it's time to take it back. Practical exercise. Start each day with 5 minutes of stillness. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Allow thoughts to come and go without judgment, and simply return to your breath. This practice not only calms the mind but also sharpens your awareness. Throughout your day, periodically ask yourself, where is my focus right now? Is it aligned with the reality I want to create? This simple practice creates a foundation of mindfulness that strengthens your ability to choose your thoughts, rather than being ruled by them. Step 2. Rewrite the story of you. One of the most powerful transformations you can experience is shifting your self-concept. The identity you currently hold, your beliefs about who you are and what you're capable of, is the lens through which you experience reality. If you believe you're unworthy, unlucky, or limited, your reality will reflect that belief. Eckhart Tolle teaches that your true self is not the mental story you've constructed but the awareness behind it. By stepping outside of this mental narrative, you gain the freedom to rewrite your story. Practical exercise. Identify a limiting belief you hold about yourself. For example, I'm not good with money, or I can't succeed because of my past. Write down this belief, then challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief absolutely true? Or is it just a story I've been telling myself? Replace the limiting belief with an empowering one. For example, I'm learning to manage money wisely, or my past has prepared me for success. Rewriting your self-concept is a process that takes time and repetition, but every small shift in your beliefs creates a ripple effect in your reality. Step 3. Align thought, emotion, and action. True transformation happens when your thoughts, emotions, and actions work in harmony. Think of it as tuning an instrument. When all the strings are in alignment, the music flows effortlessly. When they're out of sync, life feels disjointed and chaotic. Thought. Begin by choosing empowering thoughts that align with the reality you want to create. For example, instead of thinking, I'll never achieve this, shift to I'm on the path to achieving this. Emotion. Cultivate the emotions associated with your desired reality. If you want abundance, feel gratitude. If you want love, feel compassion. Action. Take inspired action every day, no matter how small. Even a single step in the direction of your goals creates momentum. When these 3 elements are aligned, you become a powerful creator of your reality. Step 4. Embrace the responsibility of creation. Here's a truth that many people avoid. With great power comes great responsibility. When you understand that your consciousness shapes reality, you can no longer blame external circumstances for your life. While this might feel daunting, it's also incredibly liberating. Every thought, emotion, and action carries energy that contributes to the collective reality we all share. By consciously choosing to operate from a place of love, kindness, and integrity, you not only transform your own life but also create a positive ripple effect in the world around you. Practical exercise. Each evening, reflect on your day and ask yourself, did my thoughts, emotions, and actions align with the reality I want to create? If not, don't judge yourself. Use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. It's important to recognize that conscious creation isn't about controlling or manipulating others. True transformation happens from within, and any attempt to impose your will on others is out of alignment with the principles we've discussed. Instead, focus on becoming the best version of yourself and trust that the external world will naturally reflect that inner transformation. When you take responsibility for your own reality, something extraordinary happens. You inspire others to do the same. Your energy, presence, and actions create a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. For example, when you approach challenges with grace and resilience, others are inspired to do the same. When you operate from a place of abundance and gratitude, you shift the energy of your environment. This ripple effect is how real change happens, not just on an individual level but collectively. Transformation isn't always comfortable. As you begin to reshape your reality, you may encounter resistance, both from within yourself and from the people around you. Old beliefs and habits will try to pull you back, and others may feel threatened by your growth. But remember this, resistance is a sign of progress. It means you're stepping out of your comfort zone and into a new level of consciousness. The key is to stay committed, even when the path feels uncertain. At this stage, you've been given a roadmap to conscious reality creation. You know the principles, the practices, and the responsibilities that come with this profound understanding. But the journey doesn't end here. In fact, it's just beginning. Because as you embrace this transformation, you'll discover something even more extraordinary. A truth so profound it has the power to reshape not just your life, but the very fabric of reality itself. And that's what we'll uncover next. Stay tuned, because what's coming will change the way you see everything. As we reach the culmination of this journey, one undeniable truth emerges. The mind-reality connection is not a mere theory or abstraction. It's the very fabric of existence. Everything we've explored, from quantum revelations to the role of consciousness in shaping reality, points to one breathtaking conclusion. You are far more powerful than you've been led to believe. At the heart of all spiritual teachings and scientific discoveries lies one profound insight. Consciousness is not a passive observer. It is the creative force of reality itself. This means that the universe is not separate from you. It is shaped by you. Your thoughts, emotions, and awareness are the threads that weave the reality you experience. And yet, this truth has been hidden in plain sight. Why? Because understanding your creative power comes with immense responsibility. It's easier to stay asleep, to blame external forces, and to live as though life is happening to you. But the moment you awaken to your role as the creator of your reality, everything changes. This isn't just about manifesting material desires or improving your circumstances. It's about reclaiming your identity as a conscious being, interconnected with the entire cosmos. Now you stand at a crossroads. You can choose to dismiss this information, return to the familiar patterns of thought and behavior, and continue experiencing reality as you always have. Or you can step into the unknown and embrace your role as a conscious creator. But here's the catch. Awakening is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process of unlearning, expanding, and aligning with deeper truths. Every day presents an opportunity to choose awareness over autopilot, creation over reaction, and love over fear. If you've made it this far, it's because something within you resonates with these ideas. Maybe you've felt a spark of recognition or a pull towards something greater. That's your higher self, your true essence, nudging you toward awakening. Here's how you can begin. 1. Stay present. The power of now, as Eckhart Tolle teaches, is the gateway to transformation. When you bring your full awareness to the present moment, you tap into the infinite potential of consciousness. 2. Question your beliefs. Challenge the stories you've been told about yourself and the world. Ask, is this true? Or is this just a perspective I've adopted? 3. Act with intention. Every thought, word, and action carries energy. Align them with the reality you wish to experience, and watch as the universe reflects that energy back to you. 4. Seek connection. Surround yourself with people, teachings, and practices that support your growth. The journey of awakening is deeply personal, but it's also enriched by community and shared wisdom. As you leave this video, take a moment to reflect on the journey you've just undertaken. You've explored some of the most profound mysteries of existence and uncovered truths that have the power to transform your life. But remember, this is just the beginning. The mind-reality connection is not a destination. It's a doorway. And as you step through that doorway, you'll discover that the possibilities are as infinite as consciousness itself. If this message resonates with you, don't let it end here. Take the insights you've gained and put them into practice. Share them with others. Engage in conversations that challenge and expand your understanding. And if you're ready to dive even deeper, consider subscribing to this channel and joining a community of like-minded explorers. Together, we can continue unraveling the mysteries of existence and shaping a reality that reflects the highest potential of human consciousness. Before you go, there's one last idea to ponder, a truth so simple yet so profound. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself. With that, the question isn't, what will happen next? The real question is, what will you create next? Your reality is waiting to be reshaped. The power lies in your hands and your awareness.